Welcome everyone to another episode of What's Up Mainframe. I'm very excited to present our Vice President of Engineering, Vikas Sinha, who is here as part of MTE and MSAC. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience this week across the two events?
It's been amazing, and every single year we have done this, it always gets better. Every one of those is better than the previous one. The level of engagement we see from customers, engineers, product managers, designers is awesome. To me, MSAC and MTE is perhaps our biggest classroom. It's not just presentations, it's a lot of learning for our customers, for us. So many great ideas have come out of MSAC and MTE.
No, that's fantastic to hear, and I feel exactly the same way. I mean, it is really an opportunity for us to learn from customers. I think a lot of people have the perception that this is where we try to sell a lot of our stuff, and that can't be farther from the truth, right?
There's no selling, there's no seller. Well, in some ways, we are all sellers, as in we are the evangelists of our technology, of the platform. So in that sense, you are selling the relevance of the platform for all the critical workloads.
Exactly.
But you're not selling for selling, hey, here's an item, give me the money. So it's a very friendly, neutral environment where nobody has to worry about getting sold on something other than ideas.
Exactly.
And that's what this is about.
100%. And really, I love the opportunity to learn from our customers. And in that sense, more and more, they're doing a lot of the presenting here, which has just been fantastic.
And not just presenting. In the Strategic Advisory Council, MSAC, the customers have gotten extremely comfortable in actually sharing with us how they are running their operations. It's under an NDA.
Of course.
That actually helps them, so don't ask me the next question.
I won't.
But they are comfortable in sharing on how they run their operations. We are comfortable sharing how we do our stuff. So it's not always just about products.
Yep.
It's also about best practices.
Yes.
We are a developer of mainframe solutions, but we are also a consumer of mainframe. We have our own production mainframe environment. So this is a good place to compare notes on, hey, look, here's how we think things work for us. Share how it is in your shop. So that dialogue, I think, is extremely mutually beneficial for all of us to rise up together.
Exactly. We can really take inspiration from what is shared as part of this forum.
Yeah.
Now, of course, one of the hot topics so much in recent years is AI.
Yeah.
And there have been some great conversations. We had a roundtable in the DevOps value stream, etc. What have you learned, actually, about AI as part of this conference?
Is AI transformative? Absolutely, it is. Is AI new? You can debate on that.
Yeah, of course.
I actually personally have been engaged on AI since the early 90s.
Yes.
Used to have different words, different names that evolved into today's AI. There's expert systems, neural networks. You bring all of those together, you've got more advanced machine learning, automation driven by the learnings of machine learning, and it's a culmination of all of those. At the same time, the computing power became more accessible, and that's what's sort of causing the current drive.
Yep.
I think the bigger question that is in people's mind is, so is AI going to replace us?
Yes. Came up.
Different ways of asking that question, but that is sort of what comes up. And my view on that is, it's not going to replace, but it's definitely going to replace us if we are not using AI.
If we're not attuned to all those developments.
Exactly. We have to evolve and take advantage of AI as a strong tool to help us get more efficient, deliver things faster, understand the world around us better. It's another tool. Look, we went from abacus to slide rules to calculators to computers. Nothing made a human being irrelevant.
No.
We just move on to do the next higher order thing in life.
Exactly.
And so there's nothing for people to run around panic with.
I agree.
It's a great tool.
It is.
Take advantage of it.
And it's also been really interesting to see where, not just customers, but we have a lot of students here from Hogant, and where they've been taking their AI use. And so we had a great forum, and we had a student in the room who was actually working on an agent while taking part in the conversation. Very much taking advantage of the play that is afforded in a university setting to kind of set up tooling. But he had great insights to share then with the folks in larger organizations that are taking a more phased approach, obviously. It was just a fantastic moment.
And that actually brings up a very good point. We all agree that Mainframe is a powerful platform. For all these years, it hasn't just evolved because it had critical workload. It has evolved because of all these people who are engaged in learning and bringing forth what they are learning to advance the platform forward. So it's like feeding itself.
Exactly.
And that's what is driving it.
Yes. Generation upon generation, providing their insights.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what's one thing that you would kind of leave us with as kind of the main lesson about this conference and other such events that we host for customers, students, stakeholders alike?
Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. The day we believe that we know enough, we know it all, that's the start of our demise. Keep learning. Customers, students, engineers, programmers, you name the managers. It's a continuum.
Exactly. Vikas, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Wonderful. Always wonderful.
Thank you.